stopped at Hobby Lobby the other day and I picked up a couple things. This was a set and apparently it's a $25 value and it was on sale for $14.99, so I picked it up. They're penitalic illustration pens, and this is a recycled paper made sketchbook with the Italian cover. Penitalic, same brand. I just kind of, so those are the sizes that were in here: 0.05, 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, and brush. And I kind of just played around with it a little bit. I'm going to do some more, and then I will add to this video when I do some more. But I just kind of played with that last night while my kid was swimming. And then this one I haven't opened yet. It's a Faber-Castell Illustration Creative Studio. It was on sale, that's why I picked it up, otherwise I normally wouldn't. But I thought, I'm doing so much illustrations, I'll take whatever lessons I can get. For some odd reason, people out there like the opening, where people are opening stuff. I don't know why. But if you don't like it, then I'll just have stuff open already and already check it out. Just gonna. Have all my stuff on the other table. It says, with a Faber-Castell artist pens, you can learn the basic of monochrome illustration from small sketch to final inks. Tricks can be discovered to create depth, texture, shadows, and mood. Let's see what this sucker's got in it. Okay. So you got some papers and a nice... Is this a compass? No. I never remember what those are called. I have a ton of them. I don't remember what they're called. I think a compass is when you've got the one point and you can make the circle. So let's see here. You got a little book with introductions to the tools. In case you didn't know what a graphite pencil was. It comes in several languages, so that's going to make it interesting following. Light and shadow, perspective. One-point perspective. Two-point perspective. Atmospheric perspective. Human form, drawing the head. That's a very odd looking head. I'm sorry, Faber. But that head looks kind of like some sketch from SNL where they had the aliens, the cone heads. Yeah. I will read this in depth myself and see if it adds anything to my illustrations and update this video before I put it out to you of whether this was actually helpful to me or not. But let's see here what we have. More than one type of paper here. 2 Bristol, 2 canvas paper, 2 markers, 2 sketch, 2 tonal, 2 vellum, a protractor, that's what that is. Haha, protractor. I remember you. A sharpener and an eraser. Okay. So an HB pencil, which I have like a million of, but that's okay. I always lose them. The gray brush. This is just spare watercolor paper I keep. And a black brush. So gray, black, and a size S pen, which I like this size. It's a good size. I've used it a lot. I have several. I mostly got it to see if the instructional bit would be helpful to me. I'm curious to use the different types of paper. I mean, I never really worked on canvas or Bristol or vellum, so we'll see. I will try it and get back to you. Thank you. Oh yeah. Itty bitty little baby eraser. And a teeny tiny sharpener. Whee! Okay, so I thought about it and I read through the book in detail, and I can say that the only thing you're really getting out of the set is the papers. I mean, it's a chance to try different papers, but I haven't really had a chance to really try any of them. I did one small drawing of my girl. I was just playing around, but and maybe I'll get a chance, but honestly, I don't think that this is the best way for you to get into illustrations. One of the things that irritated me a lot was they talk about shadows, but at no point do they talk about the reflected shadow. You know, that right down in here, they have it drawn how there's light that hits down and comes back up on the object on the underneath side where you think would be all black, and they don't talk about it, which is a trick that a lot of beginners don't know and should know, and this doesn't even talk about it. So I'm going to talk about some books that I think are better ways to spend your money. I just want to make sure everything's okay. Good. So this is Alfonzo Done, and he has a YouTube channel. It's an amazing channel. They're longer videos, but they're well worth your time because he is so scientific about how he draws. I mean, he talks about the whole angles and the cross contour lines and the angles that are coming off of what you're trying to draw, and it really makes a whole lot more sense. And he's mostly does ink drawings. He does do some watercolor on his videos, and so if you're doing ink at all, I think you should check out his videos and you should check out his book. It wasn't very much money. I can't remember how much it was, but it was, you know, a basic book. But it's well laid out. It's very detailed. He is actually a professor, and he teaches science to high schoolers, and he teaches art to college students. And so check out his book. It's very, very good, very detailed, with lots of suggestions for things for you to try at home and work on. For the illustrators, this is the Illustrating Children's Books by Martin Salisbury, and it has so much in it. This is a fantastic book. I got this from the library actually, but it talks about the history of the books, and then it talks about the different mediums, you know, watercolor, acrylic. It talks about each the mediums, black and white, and why you use them and how you use them, and goes through case studies of how they come to put in these drawings and decide why they would do those drawings that way. Character development. It covers a whole lot. No matter what your style is, you're going to learn something, you know, about making dummy books so that you know what you're doing, wordless books, setting the scene. It covers so much, and it's very well set out and very well done. So that's another book that you should pick up. And check out your library. You know, you might have other books at your library. This is a really good book. This is The Complete Guide to Drawing and Illustrations by Peter Gray. And once again, it covers so much. the differences, decorative design, different ways that you can design, and then how to design. I just said that like 5 times, but talking about lighting sources, shading patterns, you know, the different ways that you can shade with pencil. It's mostly dealing with pencil drawings, but you have different studies, nature, going to town, vanishing points. It talks about them in detail, about different ways to use it on so many different things. Let's see here. Buildings as illustrations. Facial features. It does a really good job talking about the different facial features and how to set up a face from both directly on and from the side, and ways to kind of get an idea of how your face is rotating, to kind of think about in your mind as you're drawing it. And then, you know, all the way through different ages, drawing from live models, you know, different, just so many different things. Working from photographs. There are nudes in this, so I apologize to any parents. And this is like, just, it walks you through all the steps, which is really nice, and talking about the different styles and how to introduce motion, and creating characters, talking about how you pick the size of the body based on the heads, and then by distorting that you can create different types of characters, and action movements, Animal Kingdom. It's a really good book. I got it at a used bookstore. It was well worth it. So this one was also really great. This is Explorer's Guide to Drawing Fantasy Creatures by Emily Feigenschwa. I have no idea how to say her last name. I will put it down below. But once again, you know, these are things that learning how to draw the dragon wings. That's something that I struggled with. I've only drawn them in one shape, so to be able to give it nice movement, this musculature and bone structure underneath helps you draw better shapes. On top, you can't just drawing monster hands, and it takes you through step by step all sorts of different creatures, and then the different landscapes that you can do. And so this has been a very nice book as well, but it just talks about how to design your own creature and how to think about all the different silhouette values, how to come up with your own thing, not just what they've done, but other things. And color wheel and rendering techniques, foreshortening, human body proportions. It deals with a whole lot of stuff. So that's a really good book too. Making Faces, Drawing Expressions for Comics and Cartoons by 8 Fish. This is actually a group of people that put this together. And there's what, 2, 4, 6 of them. And they go through different types of characters and how they came up with them. And each one kind of comes up with their own, and drawing the different expressions and telling a story with the face shape. And so there's a lot of case studies, and they talk about the different variations within the face and how to shape the noses and how to shape the eyes from the side and the mouth and everything else like that. And so this has been, you know, and how the face contorts with the expressions that you want to make, and body language, and just, you know, unfortunately for illustration, there's not a lot of books on illustration. There's a lot of books on cartoons, or how to make comics or cartoons or manga. And so you kind of have to, like, if you want a more not quite so realistic style, sometimes it's nice to go to those ways, but just remember that you still need to do your own style. This is actually this is what got me started in artwork. Jane Stroshan is a wonderful artist and author, and she used to come to my school, and this is the book that she put together to teach people how to draw. And within it there's like areas for you to draw and suggestions for, you know, just thinking and relaxing and going through things. And it's a very good book for a beginner to pick up. Jane Stroshan. So I recommend her because, you know, she's why I started doing all this. That's it. Thank you for listening to my ramble, and get out there and draw. And, you know, yeah, sometimes you're gonna buy a book and it's not gonna be super worth it, but hopefully you'll find something that is helpful to you. Check out your used bookstores, go to your library. I mean, you don't have to spend a lot of money on these things. Find something that fits your style and teaches you what you need to know, which is the structure. I think once you get the structure down, the base structure, putting your expressions and your clothing and your hairstyles over top of that structure is a lot easier. So that's something to think about. And I hope you have a nice day. Thank you, and bye. So if you enjoyed my show, please leave me comments down below, and like, subscribe. All that stuff really helps me grow as an artist, and I really appreciate your feedback. Also, if you get a chance, if you go on Amazon, you can buy my book, Trashy the Bear. It's a story, semi-true story about a teddy bear that gets lost in the woods, and he actually gets dumped behind. Here's the real Trashy the Bear, who was found in Hiawassee National Forest. And it's a true story. It's a good story for your kids to learn about taking care of the earth. It's on Amazon and Create Space and Pennant Publications. So if you want to support me, please buy my book. Have a lovely day. Bye.